Okej, witajcie, ja jestem Zirael, a to jest kolejny odcinek Zagrajmy w Deus Ex Human Revolution i kontynuujemy ostatnią misję. Nie ostatnią misję, właściwie to my jesteśmy już w siedzibie. Mamy w ogóle 6 na 7 tam z 10? 8, tak, z 10. Żeby to było 7 z 10 misji, nie wiem. Ale mamy teraz rozmowę z Pritchardem.
What do you want?
As much as I hate to admit it, I need your help. That signal you shut down in DRB territory. It's been active for almost a year.
You're telling me someone outside this company has had access to our network since before the first attack?
I've detected intrusions before and shut them down swiftly every time. But whoever designed this particular algorithm is good. Very good.
You've told Sarif?
See, here's the thing. The intrusions were possible because of a backdoor access into our security system that I never even knew existed.
The one Sanders' team used to get inside our plant.
I've worked here for 7 years, Jensen, and this is the first time I've seen that particular access route. David Sarif created it specifically to bypass the firewall. He's hiding something, and I think you should find out what it is.
Why me?
Because, as far as I can tell, Sarif created that access and was streaming a lot of data through it shortly after your ex-girlfriend suggested he hire you.
No okej. O, ciekawe informacje. Zobaczmy, co tu mamy. Czy tu się... tak, nie ma tak się włamywać do komputera we własnym gabinecie, nie? A, no tak, tu mogę sobie pooglądać. No właśnie, brak kodu do komputera Adama Jensena. To jest co najmniej śmieszne, że my nie mamy kodu do własnego komputera. No ale dobra. Co mi to wino dało? Nie wiem, po co je w ogóle wziąłem. Gdzie ono jest? O, wino tu. Co ono daje? 10 punktów zdrowia. Wyrzuć, nie potrzebuję wina. Gdzie ono leży? Tutaj, dobra. Idziemy do Sarifa. Opa i tu. No i dobra. Mamy 2 znaczniki znowu u Sarifa w jednym miejscu. Znaczy nie mam, że to jest Sarif. Tych misji pobocznych na razie nie będę robił. Nie wiem, czy w ogóle je będę robił. Może kiedyś, jak mi się będzie nudziło. Jak ja się będę nudził. Wow, guys.
Excuse me.
Mr. Jensen, isn't it?
Sir, you have that charity dinner?
In a moment, Isaiah. I was hoping I might run into you, Mr. Jensen. Bill Taggart.
The founder of the Humanity Front. I know who you are.
Yes, I imagine you do. As David Sarif's top security man, I imagine you have quite the file on me. But I assure you, Mr. Jensen, I am devastated by recent events.
Really?
I do not support what you and your company are doing to mankind. I believe it's extremely dangerous. But abolishing human enhancement technologies will only be achieved through legal means.
I'll keep that in mind.
This is your first day back since the accident 6 months ago, isn't it?
Sir, we have to go.
What happened to me was no accident.
Ah, my mistake. But it must have been stressful facing down a second incident so soon. I imagine it brought back all kinds of unpleasant memories.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Taggart. But it was nothing I couldn't handle.
I'm a psychologist, Mr. Jensen. I know when a man is hiding behind words. The flesh may heal, but the mind is not always so resilient. You might want to keep that in mind. Now, if you'll be so kind as to excuse me.
I'm curious about something, Mr. Taggart. What is it you hope to accomplish by coming here tonight?
I would think that would be obvious. Your company has been viciously targeted. The violence and bloodshed that's occurred, it must be stopped. But I'm afraid it won't be until men of wisdom and understanding come to an agreement.
About what?
About the future, Mr. Jensen. This enhancement technology threatens to change the course of human evolution, to redefine what it even means to be human. You think governments can afford to let that go unregulated?
You can't stop progress, Mr. Taggart.
Perhaps not. But neither can we afford to sit by and watch it happen on its own. Not when we have the ability, the collective will, and foresight to influence it.
I see. Thank you for illuminating me.
Anytime.
No dobra. W dalszym ciągu nie wiem, co on chciał osiągnąć. Przychodzę tutaj, mam ochotę po prostu strzelić mu w głowę, no ale trudno. Idziemy do Sarifa. Wow, fajny glob. Chciałbym mieć taki globus. No, siema.
Boss, we need to talk.
Is something wrong?
I'm not sure. Did you set up a private access route to bypass the company firewall right before you hired me?
What?
Pritchard said someone's been using it to access our system since before the first attack. The security measures he and I set in place never stopped them because we didn't even know the loophole existed.
Oh, I see. Frank's fixed that, though, right?
He has now, but he's wondering why you never mentioned it.
Frank's paranoid, Adam. You know that. Can a busy man forget things once in a while?
You streamed an awful lot of data through that portal, boss. Right before you brought me on board. Pritchard may be paranoid, but I gotta admit, I'm wondering what was in it too.
Yeah, as an ex-cop, I guess you would. But the important thing is you found the hole and plugged it. We're secure now. And the information you uncovered in that FEMA facility may actually help us track these guys. So let's just stay focused on what's important.
No okej. Zobaczmy co.
I want to, believe me. I want to catch these guys as badly as you do. But that breach is responsible for every security crisis we've had, including today's. If you want me to stop these guys, I need to know what kind of data they've had access to.
You're right, you're right. I'm sorry if I seem evasive. But you can't expect me to tell you every detail of this company's operations every single day. We're at war here, and it's your job to protect us from enemies who try to take us down. You should have found that loophole without my having to tell you about it. You know, Frank wanted me to hire experts, an outside security firm to protect us, but you convinced me you could do it. Are you saying you were wrong?
Whoa, don't get me wrong, boss. I'm not questioning your leadership. I'm just concerned that the data you streamed might have been compromised, accessed by the hacker who attacked us. If so, how do you suggest I handle it?
By focusing on what matters right now, instead of dwelling on my past mistakes. Everything I've done has been to secure a future here for you, me, Frank, and everyone else in this team. I'm constantly looking for strong people to help me do that. The very best people I can find. Because if I don't, Seraph Industries will fall. Megan understood that. That's why she insisted I hire you in the first place.
No dobra. Ale... nie wiem. Obrona.
With all due respect, sir, I am trying to do my job. The job you hired me to do. The job you even brought me back in for tonight. But it feels like you're getting in the way. Especially when you start bringing Megan into this.
Calm down, Adam. There's no need to get defensive here. Doesn't do anyone any good. I can understand why the mention of Megan's name gets your hackles up. She did break your heart after all. But the data I streamed was a routine, fact-finding check carried out after one of our many late-night discussions, and I don't see how knowing the content of it will make you better equipped for your job. Honestly, Adam, you're starting to appear as jealous as Frank. Just trust me with this one.
Dobra, jeszcze to.
Boss, 6 months ago, mercenaries knew stuff about this company that I didn't, and used it to get past my security measures. I don't really care what kind of secrets you and Megan were keeping back then. I just want to make sure they don't endanger us again.
Adam, I didn't mean to imply... You're right, okay? You're right. I really shouldn't keep this information from you. I just hope you'll understand why I did. All right. Look, the truth is, I set up a confidential data channel for a private investigator, someone who can run covert background checks on people, potential new recruits, like you.
You what?
I had to, Adam. You were a liability, remember? You'd just been fired from SWAT. Now, Megan believed in you, but I had to be sure. Look, I don't want this to come between us. I'll send the files to your computer. You can see for yourself what he dug up. But Adam, you'd better be sure.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes the past should stay in the past. Once you see that data, you can't unring the bell. When you're ready, come back and talk to me. We need to discuss our next move.
No, okej. Dobrze poszła ta rozmowa, to miałem na myśli. Sporo się dowiedziałem, teraz przeszukajmy trochę jego gabinet. Nie, teraz zdecydowałem, że pójdę zobaczyć, co on mi tam właściwie wysłał. Ale chcę otworzyć drugie drzwi. O, pięknie. Nie, z Atiną nie będę rozmawiał, czy tam Ateną, jak to woli. Jedźmy do gabinetu. Bo chcę zobaczyć, chcę się dostać do komputera, żeby móc to wszystko sprawdzić teraz. W międzyczasie mogliście widzieć wiadomość od Tiago Rasa na czacie streamowym. O, nie ma go, nie ma tu już Franka, dobra. Dobra, to tu się nie podłączy, tak? Mogę się włamać, czy za wysoki poziom? No właśnie, niestety. Zobaczmy może jeszcze Palm to... O! O, właśnie. Tu mamy jakiś ten... Jakieś wiadomości. To było coś nowego, nie wiem w ogóle co to jest, ale mamy też nowe dane do właśnie do komputera. Zobaczmy, co tu jest. Dobra. Rasa kaukaska. Matka Marży Jensen. Ojciec Artur Jensen. Też rasa kaukaska. Dziecko. 93 rocznik. Przetestowane system. Prawdopodobieństwo rodzicielstwa 0. Wow. Okej. Przeszłość Marży i Artura. Dużo konekcji po pustyni burzy. Wyczyszczenie zapisku do tego przez okres 8 lat za lekarstwa żony Artura płaciła polisa ubezpieczeniowa. Od 14 roku życia antydepresanty. Whitehill spłonęły wszystkie archiwa. Zniknęły. Nie ma go, jest numer ze znikaniem. Aha. Marży uznana za niezdolną do opieki. No, czyli w jakiś tam podejrzany sposób się dostałem do rąk tam swoich rodziców tak naprawdę. Jako Adam Jensen teraz oczywiście mówię. Test psychologiczny. Jakiś uleczony nastolatek. Problemy z uznaniem zwierzchnictwa, ignorowaniem hierarchii dowodzenia, atakach gniewu, niewykluczonym zespole stresu pourazowego. Ta ocena to jak kiepski kryminał. wkurzony chciał wywalić Jensena ze służby, ustawił te linki tak, by przy okazji wyglądało to na słuszne postępowanie. Szanowało i lubiło Jensena. Okej. Dobra, tu mamy jakiś kod do drzwi gdzieś.
Athena tells me you spoke to Sarif. Did he happen to tell you why he made us look like idiots?
I'm handling it.
You can imagine how relieved I am to hear that. I'll tell you what. While you follow any lead Sarif spoon feeds you, I'm going to do what I should have done in the first place and backtrace that signal.
That's your pride talking. Still, get back to me if you find something.
You meant when?
Pretty sure I didn't.
Okej. Bardzo pewny siebie jest gościu. Dobra, jedziemy z powrotem do Sarifa. Ten odcinek jest bardzo taki pogadankowy. Jeszcze dużo dialogów jest w tym epizodzie Deus Exa. I dużo takiego przeglądania. Mam nadzieję, że was to nie zanudzi. To są konieczne właściwie takie elementy przed kolejną misją, przed następną strzelaniną i tak dalej. Tego się nie da niestety ominąć.
Here, this is for you. It's a corporate passport encoded with your biometrics. I've set up a false flag routing which should get you to Henshaw Island without any problems.
You're sending me to China? What about FEMA?
FEMA's got nothing to do with this, trust me. We'll have better luck in China.
How can you say that? I saw the bastard who killed Megan pulling his men out of that facility. I left one of those men dead in its underground storage bay.
I know that, Adam. Frank was monitoring the whole thing. So I also know that before he died, that man gave you an address in China. I want you to check it out.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Adam. There's a reason this company's under attack. You think it has to do with the typhoon or with some other top-secret military project that I haven't told you about?
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. The work Megan's team was doing before they were killed, it was redefining what it means to be human. This company, Seraph Industries, was about to lead mankind to its next stage in human development. Self-controlled evolution. Can't you see how scary that can be to some people?
Sure. I also see how lucrative it can be for some others.
It's never been about money for me, Adam. But you're right. There are people out there who don't exactly feel the same.
Like who?
I'm hoping you'll be able to find that answer for us in China. So get going. Farida's prepping the chopper.
Okej, czyli co teraz? Chiny, tak? Dziwne to. Ale dolecimy do Chin i skończymy odcinek zapewne. Bo masa cutscenek będzie na pewno jakieś dialogi dodatkowe z Faridą, z kimś tam jeszcze na miejscu. Zapewne. Bo nie wiem, takie to jest normalne w tego typu grach. Jezu. My jedziemy na lądowisko, a nie. Czemu mamy wyjść na lądowisko przed? O, tu w ogóle miałem wejście. Zobaczmy, co on tu trzyma. E-book. To nieważne. Tu nic. Szuflada. Palm top. O. Dobra, tu mamy jakieś tam do przeczytania. O! Tu jest jeszcze jedno. Dobra. Tu jest jeszcze cyberblast, a tu mi się... O, to jest otwarte, tak? Tu nic nie ma właściwie nowego. Fajne jest to, że wystarczy przeskrolować dany dokument, żeby on od razu jakby zapamiętał nowe elementy do misji. Więc tak naprawdę nie muszę tego czytać. Czasami jednak warto się pozgłębiać w takie szczegóły.
To the rehabilitation center.
Izajasz.
Does Mr. Taggart know this, sir?
Of course he does. I would not be leaving if he were not.
Izajasz w ogóle, może mieć na imię Izajasz. Dziwne trochę dla mnie. W obecnych czasach, a szczególnie w tym Nie wiem, w 2000 którymś? 2020 parę chyba roku. Pracownicy Sari, dobra, myślałem, że to jakieś tutaj postacie specjalne są z imionami czy coś, z którymi można o czymś ciekawym pogadać.
Hey, Jensen. The boss said you were on your way. You're gonna love Hengsha.
You've been there?
Used to live there. I spent 3, maybe 4 years working in the upper city, and most of my nights having fun in the lower one. You ready to go?
Tak, jasne.
I thought I was. How long is this gonna take, Malik?
You mean the flight or the fun afterward? Don't worry, we'll be there before you know it. Climb in.
No i lecimy. Ciekawie właściwie to wygląda. Zastanawiam się, jakby to działało w rzeczywistości. Czy w ogóle coś takiego powstanie? Byłoby bardzo fajnie. Mieć taki helikopter, znaczy taki właściwie pionowzlot. Bardzo mi się podoba ta idea, ale to jeszcze trochę przed nami, mi się wydaje.
Jensen, you might want to get ready. The jewel of the Yangtze approaches.
Son of a bitch. I'm supposed to find answers in that.
Hey, twice the scum and half the space. Hang on, we're going in. The address you got off that Merc, Hengsha Court Gardens? It's a bit of a walk from here in the Yuzhou district, but I figured it might be best not to drop you too close.
In case Barrett only gave up the address, knowing I'd walk into another trap.
It's the kind of thing I'd do to an enemy. You want my advice? Just find out who lives there and get out.
No, także po cutscence widzieliśmy, że miasto jest całkiem duże. Ciekaw jestem, czy całe je można zwiedzić. Tam gdzieś mamy iść. Cokolwiek tam jest. No dobra. Przejdźmy się. Dziwi mnie trochę, że oba miasta, no, to znaczy Chicago.
You know how to get to the Honghua Hotel?
Ah, I see. Someone's looking for some action, eh?
Dobrze, on brzmi jak taki...
Weekend district. Just
On brzmiał jak taki Meksykaniec połączony z Afroamerykanem, takim typowym naprawdę, takim ziomem. A był żółty tak naprawdę, to było dziwne. Yuzhou District. Dobra, wyjdziemy tam i skończymy ten odcinek. Chyba że będzie jeszcze jakaś cutscenka, jakaś akcja. Nie ma cutscenki, więc ja zrobię tutaj swojego save'a. 12 już. No i mam nadzieję, że ten odcinek wam się podobał. Trzymajcie się. Cześć!